Looking good.
Yeah, he just
Beautiful.
popped the card, and it looks like he's got the spice on there.
Tonight, we sit down with Steve Maple and Ashley Nichole of Michigan Metal Fest. We talk about his band KILLCROWN, we make him some glass, and we talk about what's in store for 2024. Let's get into it.
Hell yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna give you some music to be able to back that up with soon too, man. I promise.
Looking forward to the debut here. Excited for Filth.
Yeah, me too, man. My biggest goals in music have always been to get just good recordings to release to show people the work that you've put into it, and not to misrepresent yourself in that arena. So we've been
Who all was
working.
in your band?
What's that?
Who all was in your band? Who plays what?
Oh God, I have to remember their names.
Typical singer.
I don't even know the names of the songs. I have a responsibility for all of the lyrics in the songs, and that's all I can do. Besides that, I run like 17 companies or something. I don't know.
Holy
Okay,
cow.
fair.
No, I'm just kidding. It's not that many. But no, the people in my band. All right, so I would say probably the main heartbeat of the band is Oren. He's Oren Nuppenberg, our guitar player. He's been our guitarist, and he was our guitarist in New Skin for most of its time. He wasn't the very original, but that band didn't have any original members but me by the time we got to the end of it, which was another reason why we wanted to have a brand new band. So Oren, he writes most of the music, most of the guitars, drums, bass, all of it that you hear. I would say 80% of it comes from Oren. And then
Wow.
we critique him on the other 20 or come to him with parts or riffs or something, but he does a really great job, man. He's just really tuned in with not being on the pulse of music like a lot of people are trying to be, which I think results in music that is authentic. And it makes me able to write something without any type of expectations from any other arena that is going on around us. Then I can truly write to hit my best potential for his vision that he started. And really
You guys been friends for a while?
Yeah, man. We're the kind of friends that will be like really grimy to each other, like when he calls, I'll be like, motherfucker, I thought I told you never to call me here, you piece of. But he's my best friend though, so besides that, he's yeah. But so there's Oren. He's like I said, he's a big member, just because he puts a lot of work into it, man. He tracks all of our stuff for us. He runs the studio that I record into. So I think really highly of him, even though he is a real, like I said, piece of shit. You know what I mean? Super piece of shit. After that, we've got Casey. We got Casey Gillette is our drummer. And Casey was our drummer for New Skin as well for a very long time. And he was absolutely our best drummer we ever had. And he is by far one of the best drummers I know. Hands down. That guy, if he doesn't know how to do it, you might have to convince him that he can, but you give him a day and all of a sudden this guy's doing things that he never understood that he could do before, and now all of a sudden then you'd give him a couple of weeks and he's just like exploding the whole scene up, and I would say most of the compliments we get is probably on Casey's drums. They're
Nice.
like, who's your drummer, man? He's fucking insane, dude. And I agree, he's crazy on that drum kit. So
Well, it
shout
sounds
out.
like you got the recipe for a good sauce. It seems like this is either like your sophomore or your senior effort, maybe together as friends, something like this.
Yeah, man. We really didn't even talk to each other for those years that we weren't in a band either. That's the crazy thing. We went about
Okay, so
4
you guys
years.
go way back then.
Yeah, man. Yeah, the band started originally in 2011. And then it was probably 2013, I think, that both those guys joined. And yeah, we were a band for God a long time together, and we did a lot of really cool music, you know. But we did, again, we're not that same style now. So,
What would you say your style is?
this is a deathcore mixed with what did we say yesterday? It was a slam death. Yeah.
Slam death.
I like it.
All right.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That sounds fucking super brutal. I'm into it.
Yes.
We like
yes.
anything brutal.
Yeah, so our bassist is one of my best friends, Tyler. He actually works for me. He came to work for me at my landscape company last year.
You guys do good
And
work.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you. And when I interviewed him, I found out all kinds of stuff about him. Like, you know, not very many people are so much like me, but Tyler, you know, he was into landscaping. He owned his own landscape company for a while. You know, he was in a band. He was a singer in a band. You know, he was into the metal scene. He's just into all these things. At the time, I was polyamorous, so he's like, "Yeah, man, I'm polyamorous too." I'm like, "Are you like a carbon copy of me, guy?" But yeah, he's still, man. He does everything. He's on the Michigan Metal Fest committee. He's part of the band. He's part of everything, man. So I love Tyler. He's a sweet person, big guy, but like huge heart, man. And he's super multi-talented, all over the place, man.
Good.
And then our lead guitarist, Jim, we found him. Oren actually found him on was it like Facebook Marketplace? Or something like that. Or it was a group on Facebook
I
or
didn't
something
know
like
this.
that. Yeah, man. Yeah, there was some kind of forum that the guy posted on and wanted to be in a metal band. And my guitarist was like, man, I just really want a lead to play with, you know. And he can write lead, but he obviously can't play two parts at once, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, Jim came into the band and he's fit really well, man. He's got a really good grasp on tone. Which is huge in a lead guitar position. So he's got a different tone for each lead that he does in each song, and they all got their own different grimy sound that really pulls the song and makes it its own thing to where it's signature, you know, it stands out. So yeah, we're really happy with the people that we got right now, man.
Yeah, it sounds, other than friendly shit talking, there's not even the bass player got any flack, man. That's a rare situation when everyone just gets fucking positive reviews,
Well,
especially from singers. It's exciting to hear, man.
Not the bass, you know, he's technically not a bassist though, you know, so I can't throw too much shade at him. He's like, I'll play the bass for you, dude.
I'm really a vocalist.
He
but,
didn't
you
want
know.
to at first. He didn't want to love it, you know, but
Well, I mean, that sounds like me, man. It's funny. I was a guitar player that worked landscaping. They got into a band. I played bass because they needed a bass player. I was a guitarist. So that's
I was there as
funny.
a keyboardist once.
Keyboards. You guys got keyboard in the new band?
No, we used to in the old band. My first band I was in, I actually they didn't have a bass player, so I had to play bass on the keyboard.
wow.
Okay.
That was
That's
a
awesome.
trip. They were a cover band, and they played like Master of Puppets and shit, dude. Fuck
yeah.
me, man.
Love that
was a-
fucking jam.
That was a workout on the keyboard. Just like it's like different on the keyboard. It ain't the same. I'll tell you what. It ain't like no.
Yeah, I saw a
Acid
cover
and
from
shit.
Japanese girl, just crushing Metallica songs on the keyboard. Really cool.
Hell yeah. I'll give her all the credit on that, man, because it is hard. I know from experience that was one of the hardest things I ever had to do on that keyboard, man.
I
Oh.
see you ripping solos out and stuff with this shit. I'm like, what? How's that even possible?
Now, was it like a guitar you could like swing around and shit?
Yeah, 360.
Yes, let's get you a guitar.
Dude, yeah. No, I'm too ADD, man. I can't do anything on stage except for
It's true.
sing. Man, in the old band, that was another thing is I had a keyboard in that was actually on a big truck spring, so it would flex and bend all over the place, and I could throw down on it, smash it. Put all kinds of crude bumper stickers all over it about vagina and stuff. It was sweet.
Oh, yeah.
But Yeah, but it was distracting to me, man. So like I would either most of the time it was I would forget I'd have to go to the keyboard because like when you're a lead vocalist, man, it's hard to break out of that role when you don't have your instrument like strapped to you. You know what I mean? To remember your part. Like sometimes I'd just be throwing down, and I get done with a part, and I'm just like eating it up with the crowd and doing the frontman thing, and then realizing, dude, I'm supposed to be like 10 feet that way, pushing buttons along with this song. I'm not. Then I run over there and look really dumb and like mess it up, and my guitar's like, you know, judgy.
Joe Buras from Born of Osiris. He's doing the split vocals and the keyboard thing.
He is a better man than me. No, I did a super okay job at it.
A super okay. Well, hey man, that's better than a lot of people.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm really almost proud of myself.
You should be proud of yourself.
For
And,
sure.
you know, I got to stop you when you said that all you can do is sing up there. I mean, that's bullshit because I've seen you do plenty of crowd work, man.
Oh,
And,
yeah. No, that's all I can do. Yeah. Yeah, the crowd work
super
and
important.
sing. Yeah, because that's two things.
You're fun to watch up there, so that's good.
Thank you. I enjoyed being up there. That's like, I remember like first starting and all, you get so nervous before that. I found out later on my biggest nerve problem came with whether I felt like I was actually prepared for the show. So my nerves were worse when the show was farther away, or I was going into an element with less resources. You know what I mean? That was where my nerves came in. Like I'd show up and my guitarist would forget something, which is classic for these guys anyway. You know, I forgot my whole guitar and shit.
Uh-oh. I got a power cord for my amp head.
What you play the show with. But you know, besides that, man, after about a year of doing it, I figured out kind of where my strengths and weaknesses were, and I think that having a crowd is empowering. You know, it's like plugging into an amp.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then like you got to make sure you take care of it at the same time. So if you want to have an energetic, loud crowd that you can plug into and get feedback from, you got to give them something. You know what I mean? You got to give them something that really works for them.
I love that analogy.
Feel it.
I'm gonna use that now.
Hell yeah, man! It's just like that. I've never actually used that analogy. I'm gonna use that too.
We're just here to shoot the shit. I want to know a little bit more about your friend there, Ashley.
Yeah.
Yes, or Carol.
Thank you for setting this stuff up and helping him and joining us. It's fucking awesome to have both of you guys here.
Yeah,
thank
it's
you
a
for joining
pleasure,
us.
and thank
Let's
you.
tell us a little bit about yourself.
Steve and I have actually been good friends for many moons. And the first time I ever met him, one of my best friends took me over to his house and he was playing the keyboard. So that's how long we've known each other. And over the years, you know, he used to have the Maple house parties.
I heard about those.
Yeah, and that was kind of the original concept for Michigan Metal Fest. But when he started Michigan Metal Fest, I actually was living out in Colorado. And so in 2018, I moved home. We're both from the same hometown. And so when I moved home, I won tickets on like a Facebook giveaway or something. And I love going to concerts, and I like to go VIP if I can. And I actually was 7 months pregnant at the time. So I hit him up and I was like, yo, can I pop over to your mom's and pay the difference between these free general admission tickets and get VIP? Because I want to go and rage, but I'm also pregnant, so I need shade in a bathroom. And that's kind of how we reconnected initially. And afterwards, you know, he knows I've gone to many festivals and concerts over the years. I'm just a huge music lover.
Don't filter it.
Yeah. And so when he asked me, he was like, well, what did you think? And I was like, well, you know, I wasn't really fucking impressed, bro. Like, it was a tent in a field, and there was a girl selling water. and I still had to exit VIP to go to the bathroom and stand in line. And I was like, and I was pregnant, so I was, you know, a bitch about it. And he was like, came back true Steve status, and he was like, well, if you think you can do better, then you can be the head of my VIP. And I was like, I doubled down, and I was like, fuck yeah. I'll fucking run that shit. And so that's kind of how me volunteering for Michigan Metal Fest started out. And then in that year, I honestly wasn't. Well, we had COVID. It was before COVID.
Well,
so
it was before the committee.
Yeah.
So when she was coming with this motivational talk about me improving this, I was in a hard spot because I had so many things to balance to try to put on this event. You know, we didn't have a huge room full of people all working together year round to make this happen right like we do now. You know, it was its actual second year. I thought it was the third year. I don't know. It was the second or third year. So we were still really young, and like I said, we didn't have the committee. Yeah. So when she came to me, I was stressed. I remember the feeling, and I was like, you know, like she said, I was like, well, if you think you can do better, then just do it. You know, because like at this point, I don't have any better options for you in that area. I'm like, you know, I said
one dude with one guy
areas that I have to deal with, and I have to make sure run right, and they're the essential crutches of the whole entire infrastructure. So I have to do these, and I don't have that extra oomph to just put into a VIP program at the time, you know. And like she said, she jumped right on it.
I was like, okay.
Not only like did a great job, but just completely rewrote the whole entire book of how this can be done, how it should be done, and potentially it opened up so much more on what we could do in each area of the festival to open it, make it better, make everyone's relationship stronger, make everyone happier about being there. I finally got the crutch I needed to be able to carry the rest of the event to a spot that it needed to be to really look and feel as wonderful as what it's supposed to be from the heart, you know what I mean? And not having the resources we really needed to do this the first few years, but just being some ambitious, crazy metalheads, you know, it only lasted so long, and then it started stacking up. Like, dude, we're a real business, you know. I'm running this other business, and like, you know, it became a lot for me. And then after she came on board for the VIP, and I had a sponsorship rep.
He was the OG committee member. Jesse Dibble, give him a shout out. If you ever get a call or an email from Jesse Dibble, you take it.
That guy who takes care of our sponsorship stuff, so any kind of representation needed by that, you know, he takes care of everything. But he's also just been that moral support for me through the hard times and through the COVID and all that stuff, you know. So that guy was about the OG, you know, committee member, and then Ashley came along, and then it started to be like, wait a minute, we
need to pull
reliable people that are actually doing this. And then all of a sudden, when someone else asks how they can help, now I can actually focus my thoughts, and I can't just think like I'm in a fog. I don't know how to tell you to do one of my jobs. I'm now saying, okay, well, she's got that job and he's got that job. How about you take this job? Now I can say, you know, vendor coordinator, you. You know, the hospitality, the bar, you know, we've now got everybody that's got their actual job year round that they focus on to make sure that when the day comes, it goes off without a hitch.
And one of our biggest things now for the Michigan Metal Fest camp. So we do Michigan Metal Fest annually, and then we put on a few presented by Michigan Metal Fest shows, like the upcoming Dark Christmas show. December 17th at the Music Factory, or 16th, sorry, at the Music Factory. So when we host those shows as Michigan Metal Fest, after I really put my passion into VIP and brought on some other people underneath me to help sort that out and get it taken care of, it bled into making our camp known for hospitality. So now we pulled, she used to be our bar queen, she used to run the MMF bars on the day of, and then we figured out that she actually has a lot of the same, you know, hippie mama bear qualities that are needed to help take care of these bands that are coming in, and just really show them the Midwest love and let people know that you're coming to Michigan and you're going to play in the, for a lot of people, it really feels like the woods in Battle Creek at the Arboretum. Come play with us in the woods for the weekend. And just the difference, between, 2022 and this year, 2023, and the response, the overwhelming response that we got from vendors and from
Bands,
band camp
managers.
saying that, talent agencies and managers saying, you know what, they finished up their tour with you guys and they felt so at home and taken care of, and they loved it, and they got to meet a lot of their fans. And
the words were their favorite festival of the year, to put it exactly.
That's pretty awesome.
put it exactly.
Nice.
Not
So-
to, puff us up or anything, but that's a pretty cool compliment when they come off of all these big, huge festivals that have a lot of funding behind them, to just hear that they had the best time at ours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I asked Boo to say something bad about your festival. What didn't you like about the festival? They didn't have a fucking bad word to say about you guys.
Good.
As far as the hospitality goes and all that good shit, they were like, yeah, man, it was a good time. Cool people. It's fucking awesome.
And they were cool people, and they were awesome, and
They
I
are.
almost wore my Boo coat that I got gifted that evening by their camp.
I saw that. It's fucking nice looking.
I know, man. I've been on another level of human appreciation since I got that coat.
his son keeps trying to jack it, so
Jacket.
yeah, jack it.
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
Oh my God.
And so we kind of started off on a trial basis just to get through Michigan Metal Fest and Runscapes smoothly. And then once everything was really going well, now he's like, yeah, I can't live without my Carol. So I don't think either of us expected to be in this position. But he lovingly refers to me as his Carol. And I tell him that I like to channel Hugh Hefner's longtime assistant.
Whom she thought
I thought her name was Carol, but I think it's Marilyn or something like that.
Marilyn.
Yeah.
She was with him from the very beginning, and all the way until her death. Like, literally was like a person that like died going to work. And if anybody watched that Girls Next Door or whatever, her office was like all the way up in the back of the mansion, and it was like stacked with Playboys. Like, that's me for Steve. I'm his Carol. I make sure things get scheduled like you guys. I make sure people get paid. I make sure we get paid. And I try and make his life just a little easier, because if he doesn't have time for creativity and for passion, then none of us get to do any of this, So we can't let that light go out.
Thank you for moving from Colorado.
Moving home, yeah.
Yes, definitely. You gotta have a team of people you can depend on for sure.
That's good stuff. It's heartwarming to hear this kind of shit. And I'm hoping that you guys are going to tell me that it's going to keep evolving. You're going to keep doing it. It's going to turn into a fucking camping festival. Maybe. Yeah.
If not this one, then I do have further plans. The biggest thing about us is the funding.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, everything's about money, and we're just one of those lucky organizations that didn't come from money.
Yeah, we're grassroots, so.
We're lucky to be where we are. We count our blessings for the little bit that we get to grasp onto doing all the fun things that we do. You know what I mean? As we grow, like you said, you want to see it continue to grow. It will grow. Michigan Metal Fest will grow.
Yeah.
I don't know if that particular event will be able to be a camping event just because of its location. It's on city property.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we actually
And we love Lila Arboretum, and we have a good working relationship with them, and have for the last 6 festivals. And like I said before, the bands, especially those that are coming from out of state, it's exciting for them to come to the Arboretum. And they're a nonprofit organization too. So we like to always, give them a shout out and give them as much recognition as possible. But a lot of people don't understand it's very different than us throwing an event at an event center or even like at an airfield or something like that. We literally go into an arboretum and build it from the grass up. We bring in the bathrooms, we bring in the electricity, we bring in the Wi-Fi, we do it all.
Nice.
And when it just gets super nickel and dimey. And so we're just always on a prayer that whatever we make is enough to do it again.
Well, yeah, and one of our biggest kicks is that we, it's the most important thing for us to do is to grow and strengthen our sponsorship programs. We have an incredible sponsorship program. We work with a lot of people. Most of our sponsorship deals are monetary. Obviously, some of them are barters as well, which can work out really well and help with the bottom end in other areas, But that's what I tell people too, when anybody asks me advice on throwing a festival, first thing I say is, don't.
Yeah.
Why would you do that to yourself? I really don't recommend it. My advice on it is get a really good big team and some money together before you ever think about doing it. Don't try to count on the money coming through the door to build an event and then host it. It's just not economical. So like the stress that goes into making this happen, because you probably will make it happen because you're a strong person, right? But the stress that goes into doing that is most of the time not worth it. And the only reason
I'm not fucking with festivals. That's not me.
The only reason I do it still is like, because a bunch of other people came in and said, I don't want you to stop.
Yeah.
Here we go.
No, that's where I'm at. I'm like, hey, I don't want you to quit this.
Yeah, exactly. So now I got that fuel. We talk about that amp earlier. Now in Michigan Metal Fest, I got an amp that I can plug into at any time, and they're active all the time. These guys are fired up on what they do for this event year round. Man.
Yeah.
It's absolutely humbling and energetic.
We already had an idea of what we wanted to do with our layout for the festival to switch it up and make it better for the fans and for the bands as well. And we're excited about those things. And then we have people just constantly, knocking on our door. You got that band lineup ready yet? It's like, give us, a minute. We take this very seriously. We don't just go, these guys. And I'm not even a part of that. I'm doing my Carol job. I'll help with emails and making sure everybody's contacted correctly. But he's got a whole separate subcommittee just for band submissions. So, we definitely want everybody to know out there. We take each and every submission very, very seriously, and we do look at them and we appreciate them. And
all 750 of them.
It was a lot this year.
Thank you very much for submitting. And know that it's very hard to choose between so much incredible talent.
It is.
On a personal note, man, to all the bands that have submitted over the years, when I started this event, I was a metalhead, but I was more, I would say, into new metal and Slipknot, Mudvayne, stuff like that. Nothing wrong with that. I mean. But I wasn't as into extreme metal and a lot of the different subgenres and stuff as much when I first started. I was like, yeah, it's cool, man. It's just not my cup of tea. And over the years, it's been all the band submissions, man, honestly, that have gotten me into so much more metal, man. Just like such a passion, burning passion for this music, man. And I think that's what's changed.
Love heavy metal.
Now, honestly, is realizing how much more is out there and how much I was stuck in a box before, and now I look at all my work I did before as what I'm not going to do now. Let's
always learning.
Just move mountains, learn more, learn as much as I can, try to do something different and just find my spot and then break out of it again,
Well, good, man. I applaud what you've accomplished, and I look forward to what you're going to conquer. I'm sure you're just going to continue to do great things. As your team builds and evolves, it's going to be fucking badass. And I'm glad to see where you've come. And I know everyone's excited. to see where it's going. I don't know.
Aw.
Oh, look at that.
This is Cookie. She's
Hi,
whining
Cookie.
because I'm not paying attention to her.
Aw.
Just a baby.
Adorbs.
She's a pity mixed with rot, and she's 6-year-old baby.
No, we saw you have a kitty, like ours. Ours was a little shy last time, but we don't have
Oh,
a
yeah.
dog, and you're making me want one because of shit like that. And,
She'll get up on your office chair. You're like in the office chair. She just climbs up like it's time for me to sit on your lap now.
Aw.
This is
so
awesome.
I don't know what you guys actually know about us. We're kind of behind the scenes as far as a lot of the things that we do. This show, Metal Up Your Glass, is what we landed on as far as the name goes. It's going to be pushed hard and heavy. I've been in the music industry since I could fucking hold a guitar, man.
Well, yeah.
Used to tour in a band. I went and did the glass blowing thing and got into High Times magazine. Got into a couple of cover stories for them. Was their trophy maker for a while, and just blew glass. Mastered my craft. Well, I mean, I'm always learning, but I got hooked up with the band Hell Yeah, and those dudes like took me out and showed me how to run merch. Thanks, Luke Fletcher. I appreciate it. But being out with Vinnie Paul, you accumulate, I guess, a lot of positive connections. So I've been just enjoying, how he did things. It was always a party, and everyone was included.
Yeah.
So I try to run out and keep that vibe out and say, hey, what's happening? Let's party. Let's get our crews together and fucking have a good time.
Dope.
We have a fucking beautiful glass studio and all this shit, and like it's we did the best with what we have.
Oh, yeah.
It looks
We
amazing.
spend all of our time and money
Thank
on
you.
metal and getting our fucking camp situated and out there. That's what we care about. We don't care about fucking white picket fences and shit. We care about the metal and spreading what we got here. We
Spreading
got
the
something
love,
fucking
for sure.
special, and we wanted to share it with the world. Have a good fucking time and meet a lot of cool people. That's what we're into.
That's
Well,
what
we like bring people into our metal family and we keep them. So you might be brutally trapped now. in
Well,
the-
good, man. I'm looking for
We're
people
hoping
that are
for it.
genuine because I open my heart up to so many people, and I'm fucking serious when I say I'm going to do something. Like, I beat it to death.
Yep.
And to have someone reciprocate that shit is really important to me. I mean, it genuinely is because, I might wear my heart on my sleeve, but you know what? I'd rather do that than be a cynical fucking asshole. It's mad all the time. I know a lot of people like that, and the relationships that I still have that I built like that, like keep me alive. Like heavy metal has kept me alive.
and good music, good new
It's
music.
a good
like
fucking
this.
time. I mean, that's why I asked about camping because I'll be there one day, and then I'll be like, "Fuck, it's over." Like, I want to be sick of a fucking festival because I'm tired and I've been there for days, and then I'm okay with leaving.
I'll
And
tell
then
you.
I
though,
still like I'm not really okay with leaving, but like
Maybe,
the first day
maybe
I'm
we're
like, yeah, more.
65, right? When we're like
What's that?
65, I'll get them a hover round and I'll be like, come on, we can do an overnight camp.
And that one whole day is a beater.
Yeah.
It's a
It
real
is.
beater, man. Like I'm gonna paint it out for you just a little bit. It is. We start the bands at noon, which
Oh,
is a
yeah.
little bit sooner than what a lot of festivals do, and people are there for it, bro. So
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
at the end of the night, it's rough, It's rough
Everyone's
to make it
dead.
all
Well,
the way through.
and-
So you're getting beat up, man, and you
Yeah.
can crash at my house.
Okay.
And by starting at noon, that means camp opens up at about 4:30 a.m., 5 a.m. I think, what time did Boo come in? 6 this year?
Wow.
So that means us hospitality had to be there and open by 5:30.
How many
Yeah,
days
if we were to
before do
do-
you guys start it up?
What's that?
How many days before do you start building your stages and shit?
Well, we
it changes every year.
Yeah, we did it Friday.
Last year.
Most of the time, generally, it was one day of setup, and then we'd finish setup in the morning, the day of, but this year
We're old and we're not doing that anymore.
Well, the last 2 years actually, we've
Yeah.
had problems getting things ready in time.
Mm-hmm.
And
Scramble.
Yeah, the 2022 we didn't open for an hour after when we were supposed to.
Uh-oh.
And people were standing there in the rain.
Yeah.
Ah.
So then you know how that goes. It pushes all of your day list. And then it turned out we did lose time. So there were a couple bands that we weren't able to fit in because of the rain and the delay. And so this year, to answer your question, we're gonna start setting up Thursday, and everything should be good to go Friday. And then Saturday, us committee can show up and just have our day
Open.
sheets and open.
And as far as fire goes, you have people up there with fire already? Yeah, is this a... You guys have fire dancers?
They are like a crowd attraction, so they kind of just wander around. I'm not
Okay.
sure if the same company is going to come back next year. They certainly want to, and they did a good job. But
Who's
we've
talking about for them?
on stage. We
Fire.
haven't had anybody on
Okay.
stage.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, who is dealing with having fire there? Did anyone contact the fire marshal? Like, or is that just it happened and nothing bad happened?
Oh yeah, no, I have all of the clearances
Yeah.
for all of that, man.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah, I get
But
all
we would
of
pull
the
insurance
tape.
for everything too.
Yeah,
You know, we would make sure that's
insure
taken
every
care of.
fucking thing in between that tape in there, man.
Okay, good. Just
Yeah,
so
that's
we're
what-
not on some. Well, you guys seem professional. I just wanted to
Yeah.
make sure.
Oh
Make sure.
yeah, the insurance form is quite the doozy that we fill out, but it's worth it. It's worth it.
Okay, good,
Especially after the weather in 2022. Everything's got to be insured. That's a lot of equipment we got out there,
Yeah.
and a lot
We
of
always-
even some of it's rentals.
We always try
so.
to tell people to get insurance on their equipment get event insurance on their equipment when they stop.
Oh yeah, 100% we'll have event insurance.
It makes it so much easier. It's like, oh yeah, that happened. New stuff. Let's go.
Even as a cameraman, like I'll go out and do video, and I mean, you could trip and fuck someone's shit up on stage, and you're responsible for that shit.
Yeah.
If you don't have insurance, then guess what? You're buying shit out of pocket,
Yeah.
or you're like getting blacklisted or something. Like,
The asshole, get this stumbly jerk off the stage.
right.
You're out of here.
Well, I mean, it's a real possibility. You know, you wouldn't think something as innocuous as taking pictures or videos, but yeah, you can
Yeah.
cost yourself a lot of fucking money, you know, and nobody wants that. Sure, yeah. Okay, so for the segment of our show here where we send Cole or me, because we're new at this, I'm going to send Cole in here. Cole, he's going to go into the glass studio and make some fucking shit for you guys, and then we'll ship it to you with these.
No way.
Oh,
these
dope.
guys.
Wow.
Yeah, there we go. Boom.
Dude, that's a nice big old mug too.
We like
Yeah, they're
that.
fucking huge. Let me just smash them together. All right, I'm gonna break them on camera.
We don't make metal steins to drink out of. We make them to
To
destroy.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. That was probably way too loud.
No, it sounded great. It resembled metal noises, and I like that. It can be as loud as it needs to be.
That's good shit. So he's gonna make one of the hand pipes.
Hell yeah.
Here he comes. Maybe.
I love
He's gonna walk
I love
down.
the fit of those pipes, man. It's just
Yeah,
like,
you've been using it.
yeah,
I love hearing good
absolutely.
things.
I've been using the Metal Fest one quite a bit. She looked down like it was it here?
I didn't know if it was here.
I'll use it right now.
Tell me more about my eyes.
Now, Ashley,
Well-
do you have a Michigan Metal Fest piece?
No, I don't.
I do.
So this is your piece he's making.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming.
Oh
in.
yeah. This is for Carol
Okay.
then.
Yeah.
Okay, fun. I'm excited.
There he goes. All right.
Girl got your back. I'm telling you right
Yeah.
now.
She was like,
That's
hold
right.
up. I think this girl's in charge of swag. Give her something.
Other state, Carol got your back.
Now he can hear us, okay, but he can't talk back to us in there.
Okay.
He's
Oh, he
gonna
can't
say
see me.
hi. We're gonna fix that eventually. It's so fucking loud in there. Let me Yeah, it's so fucking loud in there that it's just better this way for now, anyway. Unless we get him like a helmet, but then he's wearing a helmet, and
Then it
I
looks
mean,
silly.
he could have a stormtrooper helmet. It'd be pretty cool.
All right, like a NASCAR helmet with a mic in it.
Yes, exactly.
He looks
yeah,
like
that's what we
Rock.
were thinking about, actually. Yeah, 100%. But
Well,
we
it would double, right, as his face, you know.
well,
PG.
it's a sodium flare reduction lens, so it's not like
Oh.
it's even welding shades aren't good enough for this shit. It's
See,
wild. So we have those same things on our cameras too. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to see
That's
fucking
just a
anything.
video placed there in the corner, but it's funny. I'm picturing him like in a window looking in on the
Oh
video.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I was
You're
too. I
not-
totally
are
thought
you
that was a
doing
window.
that to my specs. Nah.
Oh yeah, we're looking out. We're still in the trailer.
Do better.
I might be lying. No, I'm joking.
No, they've been working extremely diligently for the past, I'd say, probably 3 weeks, just trying to get everything up and running for the podcasting, because he's been trying to do this for how long, babe? Probably a year and a half, 2 years, talking about this is what we're gonna do, and
You got to build it.
And
All these
finally-
pieces of equipment are so fucking expensive, man.
yeah, so we're really excited to have you guys and have it finally like get this stuff up and off the ground. So it's extremely exciting. But
We feel
I'm
like
glad to see you guys
not
get
a
it.
lot of people know about this kind of glass blowing. You say glass blowing, you think of a big furnace and a fucking big metal pipe, and this is something completely different.
This is lamp work.
It's called lamp working, but if you say lamp working, people are like, "Oh, you make fucking
lamps.
lights, you make lamps."
yes, exactly.
I really wish they would come up with a better term for it because it doesn't make any fucking sense. So we call that a lamp where the fire is, I guess, because if it was dark, you would light the forest up. I don't know where the term came. I can make some fucking bullshit reasoning for it anyway. But
With the lens here, you can see the molten glass and the way that it's moving. So he's just making a hand pipe currently.
it kind of gives you the thermals on it, and you'll see them wash away to like the darker orange, and then the whiter the glass is, the hotter it is, and the more viscous it is. So it becomes like honey, and he has to try to shape it while it's in that honey state, and it goes right back into a hard structure within a few seconds. Whereas the soft glass, you'll see them pull it out and they'll make a whole fucking dragon head real quick. That shit stays pliable for a long time and is a lot easier to work with in some respects. But, you know, most of those sculptures are large because of the ability to have it on a giant metal blow hose and have it stay workable for so long. But they can't really make hand pipes or bongs or things that have intricate design, I would say, I guess, because it just it would collapse on itself. You know, the shit won't form up how you want it to before it just turns into a blob of shit. And of course, I wanted to smoke weed, so this is the kind of glass that I got into.
That's what I would
That's,
do.
you know, that's literally why I started blowing glass was weed. You know, I went to Happy Valley, it's a state college in Pennsylvania, and there was a head shop
Weed
there.
college?
No, it's just well for me it was.
I suppose.
For me it was. This guy owned a head shop there, and they had open mics, so I'd go there and play my Metallica songs, and fucking he'd be like, "Man, I love Metallica. You should come over to my house one night." He told me he didn't smoke weed or anything for like a fucking year. And I went to his house, and he had like every fucking good strain ever. These crazy bongs. He's sitting there with his glass studio. I'm like, you can't get rid of me now. I like this is not what I do.
I now do what you do.
Yeah, 100%. He didn't want to teach me. I'm like, I don't know. You have to call the police because I live here now.
Squatter's
Yeah,
rights.
Yeah, he taught me. It took a while. I had to cut his grass with scissors and shit, and
clean his bathroom with a toothbrush. Like, he put me through hell, but I wasn't leaving.
We
so
even called him on
I
it
did
not long ago, and we were like, like we're not making Cole like cut scissors or cut our grass with
I don't
scissors.
do any of that
And the
shit to
laugh
him.
that he let out indicates no lies from Justin. So
Yeah, I don't do any of that shit with him. But it taught me how to be really good, I suppose, because I really, really had to work hard to even get a chance at it. So
I feel that, man.
I knew it was what I had to do. I mean, I quit fucking even caring about my band and shit when I got with this stuff. So it fucking overtook me. Love smoking weed, and then it's weird because I smoke weed and then I listen to metal, and I like playing metal, but I don't like what all comes with it. So I just make bongs. I think that's the best
Yeah.
thing.
I feel that, man. That was what pulled me out of the band for 4 years too, was the stuff that came along with the band.
Well, you can't control people, man. And not that I want to control anybody, but if people aren't on the same fucking page and you're working your fucking ass off while somebody isn't, like, that's fucking upsetting. And nobody wants that.
you have to have the same level of dedication for sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's cool.
That was my situation.
We let it lie for 4 years and then got back in it, and then I think the big takeaway now is, like, I kind of let everybody know, I'm not in this to fuck around. I'm taking another stab at having a band because I truly believe in what we can do. You know what I mean? And I believe in where we can go. I believe in the tours that we can set up right off the bat. I believe we can have more opportunity than most bands hope for.
No doubt.
I don't want to do it for nothing, and I don't want to do it with people who don't appreciate each other, So I think that we're heading down the right path.
It sounds like you got a great team of people, man. That sounds like what I had before, like, fucking heroin came and took all those dudes away.
Yeah, that's happened to my band before too, man. They come through and you get a wave of drugs or just assholes or whatever it is. Alcohol, man. That we used to have some cool members that I feel like we lost to just alcohol.
Yeah.
I worked for Hell Yeah, and I became an alcoholic with that band. And I drank so fucking much, I don't like drinking now. Like, I'm not someone that's, I absolutely will never pick up another drink ever again. But, I'll celebrate with somebody, but I'll never get smashed probably ever again.
I couldn't
Fuck
imagine. Like, I can't party, like, already,
Yeah, I was gonna say, you're still making a best friend here, because he will have like 2 or 3 White Claws, and he's like, I'm good.
We tried to do some wine for Thanksgiving, and we both looked at each
Like
other
a quarter
like,
of a glass.
We can't. I don't want to feel like this. I just don't want to feel like this.
Yeah. I'm coming up on 10 years of sobriety from alcohol, and
Yay,
so
congratulations.
yeah, thank you. So that's another reason I think, we work well together, is because we have that same passion and dedication. And like I said, he'll have a couple drinks when we're out at an event, or here at the house every once in a while, but he doesn't like the way that it makes him feel.
I like weed. That makes me feel great.
I like all that
Now
weed.
we do have a lot of smoke in the office. That's true. We were working with another sponsor last year, and they were saying they can't smoke in house. It's just not okay for their business. And we were like, oh, it sounds like you need to have a working lunch at our office.
There you go.
You have a laptop, right? You should just come to our office.
Do you guys have like weed there at the festival?
Well,
Okay, so we aren't discouraged from having marijuana there.
So there's no like company there that has weed out or anything like this?
No, there was a company
can't
last year
sell.
that was there, and they were giving it away. They were giving away pre-rolls
to 21 and up patrons. So if they had a 21 and up wristband, and then it's up to that patron where and when they smoke their marijuana. So, it is a public place. So it is on each individual what they do with that gift
and
from that sponsor.
Yeah, and there are police there.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't
They're
know.
cool,
I don't know what their protocol is supposed to be what they've always been, very polite, and they don't bother anybody with it. And it was a smoke.
It was pretty
fest
hazy this year.
Okay.
Yes, there were lots of free gifts available.
But we are. I will let you know that one of our ambitions is to get that permitting for a marijuana bar.
Yeah, so kind of like what DTE has now.
Yeah, we would like to be able to have an area that people can go into and smoke.
No, we'll sponsor the smoking apparatus after that. We'll put Michigan Metal Fest all up on that
Hell
shit.
yeah.
Hell yeah, man. I mean, one of the biggest obstacles is just having somebody who can put in the time to get through all the red tape.
Yeah, it's a lot of red tape, so it's almost like another entity.
Yeah, you need like a whole person that takes that position on to move toward it. We had a company that was supposed to do it before, and they just ended up not coming through on it. They came out and they sponsored and stuff, but they were going to try to cut all that tape and get everything lined up to where we could actually have a bar, and that would have worked out wonderfully for us, but it didn't happen. And then it's just not something that I can really put a lot of time into. We're all really busy with the jobs we have for us, so it's something we're hopeful for this year. We are going to have tattoos. That's going to be new.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We haven't had that before. We have a really awesome tattoo artist that's going to get his team out there. So we're really excited about that.
It's kind of like what you were saying before about the whole evolving, and we would love to evolve to the point where we have the sponsorship and a marijuana bar available for on site for our festival. But right now, it just kind of keeps getting tabled because, like what Steve said, it's going to take a whole person, and all of our whole people on committee we're already so busy. I mean, we're,
Cool.
what, 12 months out from the event, and we're already like, no, we can't do that.
Right on. Yeah, I don't really like to get wrecked or anything if I got shit to do. Like, we smoked a bunch of weed for the Jay Wendell cast, and we watched it back, and I look ridiculous. I'm like, I'm fucking so high, I don't even look like I'm present. So I smoked a little this morning. I'm like, I'm not going to smoke for this one because, you guys look professional.
In fact, the way you were sitting before you got up, it looked like your logo from your sweatshirt was supposed to be right there.
Yeah, he
on the
blends
backdrop.
right in. He blends
Yeah,
right
we're
in.
telling this is the most brutal camo that you can get for a metalhead.
I love it.
Where'd he
This
go?
is so funny. Yeah, oh, there he is. Oh, damn. I'm gonna smoke some more.
This mouthpiece on this though, I'm gonna go ahead and toot you guys' horn though. It's the best mouthpiece I've had on a bowl, honestly, man.
Thank you.
Everyone loves his
I
mouthpiece.
always hope everyone compliments the mouthpiece because, that was designed by a fucking someone with a drug problem, maybe. Arguably, maybe it's not drugs. Maybe it's a love for weed, but smoked a lot of bowls, and they all look like dicks. So I made a flat mouthpiece before it was even about logos, right? Because my brother would be like, "Hey man, you got another dick, another dick, another dick, another dick." Everything looks like dicks, but anything looks like a dick if you want it to. I tell you what, I haven't smoked cigarettes in probably 12 years, something like this, and I still, when I'm stoned and I smell, you just catch the whiff of a cigarette, bro. It smells so good.
Yeah,
but any other time, it smells like shit.
I went 12 years without smoking. The first time I quit, and then I just the last like probably 8 years, it's just been like I'll go like 2 years without, and then I'll smoke for a couple months. It's lasted 6 months at the longest. It's just a weird thing. I don't condone it at all. I just once in a while it gets the best of me more than it did for those first 12 years, and then it's funny because someone will see me smoking, they'll be like, "Dude, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you doing smoking?" And I'm like, I'm like, "Nothing, man. I'll quit soon. I just need to do it right now." And they'll look at me like I'm crazy, like but I know it's that I've quit successfully enough to understand what it is that I needed out of it and what it is I can throw away of it, So it's one of those things I can control a little bit better than I can either control it or not. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm not
Does
gonna.
it help you with
stay.
high stress or what? Is that why you fucking pick them up here and there?
Does it help me in any way? No, it's a complete.
No, I mean, like, do you start doing it because you get stressed out or something?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, man. It was like my divorce was coming up and for a number of years, and I didn't really understand that, you know. So the last, I don't know, the last couple of years I haven't smoked.
No, he's done good. He did better than me. I had 8 years cigarette free, and then made it all the way through separation, and then halfway through my divorce, and then lost my grandpa, and I was like, forget it, I don't want to drink, so I'm gonna smoke a cigarette. And then now I've been smoking again for over a year, so I'm trying to gear up mentally to quit again, and that means I'm constantly encouraging him. He's always honest and will be like, I really want a cigarette today, and I'll be like, I won't smoke in front of you, I'm not gonna give you one, like, don't do it, brother. You know, because I want to quit, and you know, and if he starts smoking, then we'll both be smoking a pack a day for, you know, 5 years, because that's just how we do shit. So he's trying to be a good stable person by telling me, you can quit, you can do it, you've done so much, so many hard things in your life, Ash, just let the cigarettes go. And then I can be here and be like, smoking a cigarette and be like, it's fucking horrible, dude, don't do it. You're just literally putting fire in the trash can. You know, you're literally just burning your money, and then we won't even get into the health, right? So I'd rather smoke weed.
Yeah,
Me too.
I
Me
quit
too.
for a year, a few years ago, and
She smokes a lot.
I started smoking after like almost a full year, and I am still in the guilt phase of like, I know I need to quit, but
Yeah.
I am not ready. But yes, I definitely relate.
It's all, for me, it's all mental, right? So
Oh,
it's like, I'm like, right now I'm so close to being where I want to be mentally fit to
Oh, good.
let it go again, you
What
know?
I like
You
is
got
I
it, girl. I'm
hear-
rooting for you.
I hear
Thank you. I'll root for you.
Thank you.
That's what's cool too, is that like now I hear more people than ever talking about how they don't want to smoke or they're ready to quit. It's a lot more of a topic of conversation now, I think, than it used to be. Like most people I know that smoke are like on the fence about it, and it used to be like, I love smoking.
Well, that was before they had the fucking fire safe bullshit bans around the cigarettes, and you could actually enjoy the motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, and not only that, but it's just, you know, I think a lot of people are moving towards vaping, and the kids are doing vaping, and like I won't switch to a vape. I'm like, I'm either gonna smell like a dirty hillbilly smoker and just embrace this nicotine addiction. You know, I don't want to be walking around smelling like blueberry muffins. It's weird.
Yeah, that's fucking weird. I'd rather smell a cigarette.
It's weird, and
one
it's
of the guys
not,
on our committee comes around here, and he's like,
We're like, is that your caramel macchiato? And he's like, no, it's my vape pen. And I'm like, oh.
and it's one of those big ones that's
Weird.
like hitting a fucking
Oh yeah,
locomotive.
they invested. Yeah, I know what you're talking.
For the record, he's fabulous. He's an awesome guy. But
Super cool guy, but-
Smells like Cinnabons or
Yeah, I'm like, what?
caramel.
Who left their
That
fucking
doesn't affect his
creamer?
ability to do his job, I'm sure.
Yeah, who left their caramel macchiato sitting out?
Did you spill your coffee, bro?
Oh, Scott, it's you again.
Are you guys coffee aficionados by chance?
Do we have them in our team?
Do you love coffee?
We love
Oh
coffee.
yeah, we love coffee. I used to have creamer in mine. Now I just go for flavor.
Ooh,
Yeah, he's
me
bougie
too.
about his coffee. I'm like, I just need
No,
it
no,
in
no,
an
well-
IV.
Well, you use creamer though.
I do.
See, I'm not bougie in that way. I just like the flavor of the coffee. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
But I
so
like
we'll
I
go-
like the good flavors, like the blueberry or just like a nice hazelnut or something.
yeah.
Like, but it's gotta be like certain companies make it the best, you know.
Oh man, I'm gonna bring you some black coffee that you're
Yeah.
gonna love.
So we also got to talk about my band having a stop down there somewhere in your guys' neighborhood, because that sounds.
Oh,
like,
bro, I
Oh,
know
hell yeah.
everybody. Y'all
Yeah.
hook you up.
You know what I'm saying? So like we're talking about trying to put together a couple of different runs for next year. I 100% want to make a stop somewhere around you guys and have ourselves a day or two of some fun.
For sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, remind me, where are you all located?
We're hours south of Pittsburgh. We're still in Pennsylvania, but we're like on the border of PA and Morgantown, West Virginia.
Oh, okay. I was gonna carol it up and be like, let's do a working lunch. We'll meet you halfway, but I don't think that's possible.
It probably not
What?
right now, but
Oh, you mean
hopefully-
right
It
now?
will be though.
If you get KILLCROWN out there, I'll just tell him he needs to bring Carol along, and then I can come down.
Yeah.
Merch girl.
Yeah, you need. Yeah, you're gonna need a whole crew of people for KILLCROWN, right? You can't just have a band. You need a fucking merch person, a tour manager, a sound guy.
Well,
you need all that shit.
Need it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We got to make this like an event, something super cool. You know, get some other really cool bands involved. Just
Hell yeah.
You know, make an actual thing on it. Like we work on it to make sure that this event pops.
So I got some friends that just opened a new venue. We just fucking filmed some Hinder shit that I didn't put out yet. It's like a little Red Rocks, man. It
Oh, cool.
overlooks this giant. We're at the peak of a mountain, and it overlooks the city, and it's the view is fucking amazing. It's a 124-foot stage. It's all concrete.
Whoa.
It's fucking amazing. One of the best green rooms I've ever seen anywhere in the country. It's all like just down home fucking backwoods big ass venue they're starting.
You're speaking all
They're
things
like,
we like.
what's that?
I said you're speaking all things we like. Back.
I went in and just did Hinder because I wanted to see it. It used to be this place where they had like Shakespeare plays and shit growing up when I was like
Whoa.
5 and 6. Then they turned it into a zoo. And then they bought this, and I had just come off of filming for Pantera and had to stop there. I was like, I got all my gear, man. Let me film the show. So we filmed some shit for Hinder and checked it out, man. I fell in love with it again. It's such a beautiful fucking spot out there. But yeah, they got a couple of different people they had come down, take drone footage of it and all that good shit.
Also, they've already
I'll
had-
shoot it
yeah.
over to you.
Hell
What's
yeah.
that?
So they've already
yeah.
had it done then, yeah. You just said
Oh,
it,
yeah, it's
you know,
already been
so
done.
I didn't know if that was something they'd already done or not. But yeah, that something with that awesome of a view. Oh,
Looking good.
beautiful.
He just bought the carb, and it looks like he's got the spikes on there.
Oh,
I have
yeah.
ADHD and wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry.
I actually
Sorry.
almost mentioned that even in my ADHD that I wanted to note that he was doing an awesome job. I was like,
he
I
is.
actually noticed that again.
Oh, what's this? It's like a whisk.
He's
This
gonna
is
grab.
the grabbers. So he's gonna take the point off of the pipe
Oh, okay.
so
and
the,
open the mouthpiece.
The point is called the blank, I guess, that you would start with, and then so he's gonna take that thing he's holding on to off of there, so you can smoke out of it. I mean, I guess you could smoke it and be super dainty right now, like you have a cigarette holder.
Yeah, yes, quite.
One of those old cigarette holders. you know,
Yeah,
it's like,
rather.
you bring back the. Meh.
I need a monocle then.
Oh, yeah. That's good. I've definitely smoked out of them like that.
We've
You get some wild shit when you make the stuff. You know, you can do all kind of wild shit.
You ever, so do you make any hookahs?
Oh yeah, I make everything, and then
That was one of my favorite pieces I ever had. Was I had a 3-hose hookah, and that was just fucking fun for people. We got really retarded high off of it. And
Oh, hell yeah.
it was just fun seeing the look on everyone's face, and they're just like they smoke it until they realize that they're just way too fucking high, you know. And, yeah.
That's awesome.
yeah, I haven't smoked a hookah in quite a while.
It's been-
definitely made a few.
Yeah, it's definitely been a good,
20 years.
20 years.
You ever smoke out of a gas mask?
yeah.
Yeah.
It makes your
Ouch.
whole head smell like weed.
It's unnecessary.
I was just telling someone the other day about putting ice up your chamber of your bong, right? And they were like, "Oh, I've never done that." And I was like, "Bro, you're missing out,
That was
man."
standard issue back then.
Yeah, I don't know where you been.
You gotta cool down them hits.
Crushed ice chambers, absolutely.
Yes.
Have you seen our propeller bongs?
No.
Colors.
Okay, so what got me into high times originally was I make these propellers that spin inside of said pipe when you suck through it, and they work in a few different ways. There's wet propellers, there's dry propellers, there's sideways propellers, there's fucking all kinds of shit. So a all glass propeller sits in between two axles, and you suck through it, and in the bongs they will actually churn oxygen up into your hit. So I don't know if you have problems smoking bongs and choke your fucking lungs out, but stale smoke through bubbles through improper diffusion can happen even with a great diffuser. Now this shit will break all those bubbles up and spin oxygen up into your shit. Oh, you brought one in. Yeah. So
What?
this being one of those.
That's cool.
You hit me with some straight science right now.
That was some
man.
knowledge.
Does it have any water?
Yeah, it's just a dry piece right
Right,
now, but that's Machine Gun Kelly's bong there. There's a video of him fucking ripping that shit.
Hell yeah.
But anyway, we have these game pieces too. So you take a hit out of a hand pipe, or we do them with bongs too, but there will be a board etched over where the propeller chamber is, and it'll have pictures of dice or the words
Toke 1,
Toke.
toke 2, skip and reverse, like
Yeah,
a
like
Uno
a-
style.
like a Uno
Oh,
game.
Yes.
So one of the blades is a pointer, and it's off-colored, so you can recognize it. And you take a rip, and it spins around, and you can play it with any board game. Or we were creating a game with some people that's not quite out or done yet, but it's fun to play sitting around a group of people. And
Yeah, dude.
we'll probably bring one up to Michigan Metal Fest and play with y'all. Something
So
like that.
another thing we want to do, and we can do this easier if we don't focus on the same piece of property, we just go where we can do this, is we really want to have a marijuana based event. We do understand it's much easier done not on city property and not with alcohol on the same property.
Makes sense.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
like, that's something that I've had an ambition for a long time.
we've kind of been
Another
kicking around
thing-
an industry event, but
Another thing, that I want to do is I want to do another music festival that would be one stage, and it would be only maybe nine bands, 8 or 9 bands, but do more of like a rock. You could have a little bit of, I would say, depending on the artist, rock, rap. Just a little bit of a crossover effect to it, maybe a little bit of metal too, but just not as metal focused, just a different vibe for it in the same location. But limit it to one stage. It would be their fixed stage that's at the Arboretum. I'll show you all this stuff when we go up there. There's a lot going on there. It's a really cool place.
Cool. Yeah, well, we would get involved with, whatever. You guys are only 6 hours away from us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't mind traveling, so.
Yeah, that's nothing to us, man. We don't give a shit. We drove fucking 20 fucking some hours straight to a show, like, just to fucking hang out. So, like,
Yeah, so we'll,
we live for the shit, man.
Hell yeah, man. I love to hear that because I know I do too. I'm every day. I love landscaping, but I won't lie. I'm steady trying to think of ways to get out of that industry and just into music. I haven't been able to make that total crossover yet, and I don't know if I ever will. There was a long part of my life where I didn't really care to do that. I was like, nah, I just got to make money. Maybe later on I'll do something with it. And now it's later on, and I made some money, but like not a lot. It was it's money is money. The more you make, yeah. So like now my biggest focus is being able to create opportunities for myself and the people around me in the music industry.
Hell yeah.
that's awesome.
The more I can put focus on that, the happier everybody who's involved with it will be able to be.
Well, I think you're in a pretty good fucking spot, man. I mean, you got a lot of eyeballs on you. I mean, you have to know that.
Yeah, and a stellar reputation, so that's a really good win. So, on a good
Really
track.
appreciate that, man. It's that's my focus. You know,
That's
I
awesome.
think, like my kids is a good example. You know, my main lesson to them is you can teach your kids anything. You know, you can teach them textbook, you can teach them emotion, psychology, all that stuff. You know, but when it comes down to it, um, if if you have good manners, everything falls into place. So that everything I mentioned before, the manners, that all just comes naturally. You don't have to worry about teaching all that stuff.
Yeah.
You can just teach someone how to treat another human, and they're going to respect their time enough to absorb the lesson, or do the job right, or have the conversation. You know, I think that our committee, our volunteers, our fans, I think the band's coming around, the sponsors, everybody, it's just infectious, you know, to be able to just take care of each other. There's no,
Hell yeah, I love
yeah.
it. The fact
That's
that you have a
amazing.
committee that can actually function is fucking rare, dude.
yeah, and
Like
they forced
people aren't
themselves on
aware.
it.
We're super annoying. We had to make a whole separate chat group.
Well, that's good. At least you're
Yeah.
fucking getting shit done. You know, that's awesome. It's a wonderful thing to see. I think if more people understood that, if you just worked together, right? You know, so many of the ideas that you sit and that never happen
Yeah.
could fucking happen,
Yeah.
but people can't work together. You know,
And you
so
know, sometimes you got to build up someone else's dream to create a platform for your own.
yeah,
for
and then
sure.
You know, and to understand that about each situation that you get into, knowing that, you know, it's like I was telling her earlier, you know when it's your time to shine in the room, and respect the room more than you respect yourself. If you can't respect the room more than you respect yourself, you're never going to get the respect out of the room.
yeah,
sure.
that's agreed.
So if it's not
sure.
about you, don't make it about you. You know, if it is about you, make sure everybody knows about it. You know, and
Yeah.
just
Hell yeah.
make yourself, you know, nice and transparent. I believe in that wholeheartedly. I got, like you said earlier, you know, it's just there's no other motives. It's not a money game. Everybody knows that. I think at this point,
Yeah.
that's what helps with the reputation is. There's nobody out here making a big old buck off of this thing, man. Maybe someday we will. That'd be fucking awesome.
That'd be
And you know
cool.
what? I'll be happy to make that buck.
Do you have a
Okay.
that up?
He's gonna zoom in on it and shit here in a second.
Sure he is.
Mm-hmm.
Don't pull it out of focus.
Oh,
There he goes. There he goes. Oh, I'm so excited.
I mean, it's black, so you know.
yeah.
Black and red.
But there's them spikes. I'll put it on my face because then you'll see. Boom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They
That
will
helps.
turn red. It's a striking color, so once it goes into the kiln and anneals, it will be a red color, but it looks dark because of the type of color it is.
Oh,
Okay.
Cool.
I think it's gonna be cooler than the one he has, but it's going to my house.
We'll send you some other shit, other goodies and shit too.
See what we can't throw in
Wow.
there.
We just got a whole new sticker pack. We'll throw a bunch of them shits in there.
Ooh. Like
Now,
you know, stickers?
Yeah.
Yeah, our stickers.
Cool.
Now you
Cool.
guys have like a fucking merch factory too, like a
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
t-shirt
called
company?
Carol.
Yeah, we do all kinds of stuff.
Oh, it's called Garo. So you're making all your shirts and stuff.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm more of a warehouse, so we've got it.
We'll do like
Couple people.
vinyl stickers, and like we can do like cups and stuff like that. But
Mm-hmm.
hey, send us a whole bunch. If they're like little stickers that you can part with, send us a bunch because we do all kinds of like swag bags and shit for people.
Yeah. I'm willing to become passionate about risky business adventures and dreams and stuff that other people aren't willing to put the work behind the passion and the dream, and then just they don't even think it's really possible, right? They're like, no, I'm just gonna go to my 9 to 5, punch in, punch out, watch a little TV and go to sleep, and that's great if that
That's
makes
what they
you
value,
happy,
you know?
right? But for me, for somebody that by all intents purposes should not be still on this earth, I have to go further. I have to do more, and I do it in the name of the people that that I've lost, and for their families, and just tell them that you know, all dreams are possible, and to not give up on them. And a lot of us don't make it to see our dreams into fruition because of a drug or an alcohol addiction. And so, yeah, I feel
Yeah.
you guys. You just live.
We
for
started
those.
off with so many people on our
admire that.
team, and they
Yeah.
all just fell off. And now here we are. We have to reach out to other. We like made it to where we all wanted to be, and now there's only. It was me and her for 18 fucking years. He just came up. He's been here for a
now.
year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
we-
mean,
Yeah.
that's that solid start you need though, you know, and it's taken it took 5 years. Well, actually, there was 2 years in between there of COVID making me shut down
Yeah.
the festival, and like so. But those people still stuck around with all of their hope that Metal Fest was still going to be a thing again, you know. So like publicly, we've been building slow momentum for a number of years, and our team, you know, it's taken it. So if you count the COVID years, you know, it took 6 years for me to put together an actual team. That's hearing people say it's really cool seeing what you do. Let me know if I can help. Hey man, I want to be a part of what you're doing, and like all these things just scared the shit out of me for so long, man. It was so hard filtering through people to understand who was really there.
Yeah.
And then it took me actually bringing on the wrong people. I brought on 3
Oh.
really bad dudes, man, that really almost
that
fucked
sucks.
things up for me, you know. And
I've
they-
had those. I
yeah,
can relate.
they're still competing against me and doing things that are bad dude moves for no reason, you know. And you're like,
I don't mean
where
to
do these
smile, I
wicked
just
people
relate.
come from, man. It's just blows my mind. But it took going through all of that to actually, like she said, you know, you can't let that beat you down and kill you. Look at what I went through with Metal Fest before we got here. I mean, I haven't even told you guys half the stuff that happened, you know. There's a lot of good that everybody sees, you know, and it is a good thing, but there's a lot of bad that nobody saw for a number of years beating at me, you know, and then finally there's a light at the end of the tunnel, you know, and now it's like, wow, there's a bright light at the end of the tunnel like this, and this tunnel is like down. It's way down, man, you know. I'm not going to reach it for a while. I'm happy about that. I'm happy that.
That's all right.
And at all these events we have going on, I've talked all of our vendors into making KILLCROWN food. So and all
Yeah.
I
our
saw the
shows-
fucking burger, man. That's amazing. I want to try the burger. Are those
gonna
be a
fucking
taco.
Doritos?
so good. Yeah, we're gonna have KILLCROWN tacos that December.
Oh, I
16th.
love tacos. As you can tell, maybe.
That's fabulous. I'm excited.
Yeah, we love that.
I do.
So
I do.
is that
Okay.
what flavored Dorito is that on those sandwiches?
Oh, that was the flaming hot. Whatever.
Dorito.
Oh, those
Yeah,
are
Flamin'
Doritos?
Hot.
They were Doritos or Cheetos?
It was well. So what's the hot Dorito?
It was Dorito.
Yeah, it was a Dorito.
I
But it
don't,
was
I'm out of the
spicy.
Dorito loop.
Yeah.
They have
Been a
like a
minute.
fiery
Oh,
lime
it's the
or something.
spicy nacho cheese or whatever.
Yeah.
Right?
It's the hot
Okay.
one.
That sounds delicious. Sounds delicious. We like fucking hot food.
They do.
Well,
Had
she
the
doesn't.
jalapenos, all the stuff on it. So good.
Well, guys,
Ooh,
I have to
man.
run and grab my kids from daycare, but it was so lovely meeting you guys.
It was
and-
great meeting you.
Sorry, we're